What's up, heels and baby faces? Welcome to another episode of the Countdown City WrestleCast. We got a great show today. I'm your host.
What the?
Here we go. What's up, heels and baby faces, and welcome to another episode of Countdown City WrestleCast. I'm your real host, Tina. With me is my husband, JC.
Hey, everybody.
And also Tommy.
Hey guys.
What are you worried about? I'm the one that got hit with it.
Yeah, I just hope I'm not hosting the show. So yeah, well, thank God.
Yeah.
Okay, so make sure you follow us on Twitter on CCG_WrestleCast. Also, go ahead and like this or subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna love subscribing after you hit me with the damn briefcase.
I don't even know what life is anymore.
That's all right. This will be a fun show, I hope.
Today we're going to be previewing the All Women's Pay-Per-View Evolution.
Woo.
And what better way than to start this by me hosting the show? So
I don't think we have a choice anymore in this case.
You
No, you don't.
would have been nice.
You sure you're okay, man?
Huh?
You sure you're okay?
I don't know.
Okay.
If I pass out, I'll
he'll
be all
be
right.
fine. He'll be
Okay.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just
He
keep the show
got
going.
a nice pack. He's good.
Yeah.
All right. But before we even start this previewing, we're going to talk about who, in your opinion, started the women's evolution. So, Tommy, why don't you start this?
Yeah, I think I should. I think JC needs a minute to recover his thoughts
I
and
gotta
recover from his concussion.
His concussion.
Yeah.
Away, exactly.
See, I've actually been thinking about this since Nikki. I can't even say that without laughing. The Bella started the evolution. Yeah, right. Anyway, I'm sorry, but no, it wasn't the Bellas.
No.
In no way, shape, or form. The women's revolution. If you want to start from the very, very get go, it was women like Trish, like Lita. Even I credit Jazz when she got to WWE after ECW folded. I credit them for really starting the evolution because they were tough. They were even getting into hardcore matches with the men back in those days. Of course, it devolved again back into mainly models and everything. But in defense of the divas of that era, we still had Melina, we still had Mickie James, we still had all those, and one person who I think doesn't get enough credit for how far she came when that was going on is Alicia Fox. I think she did so much in that era and still to this day to just make her character and persona work. She's not the best wrestler. That's no one's surprise, but she's entertaining and fun. Mm-hmm. This is pro wrestling. Sometimes it's just entertaining and fun. And if anyone from that era who's still around, by the way, deserves some credit, I think Alicia Fox is severely underlooked. And once again, I will repeat, it was not the Bellas. I'm sorry, that just was a hot button issue when they said that crap.
Yeah, I think the only people that would say Bellas are people that just watch Total Divas and that's it. And they think that's what wrestling's all about. So nothing against Total Divas.
Nothing against Total Divas. I don't have a problem with that.
Oh, no, I watched that show.
Yeah, it's great.
I can kind of see where you think Trish and Lita did it. The only thing is, from there, they were still divas, and then it regressed into the Divas Championship age. Like, I hated it when they
Bathroom break age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those were the bathroom break eras when they unified the then Women's Championship with the Divas Championship and called it the Divas Championship. I hated it then.
Mm-hmm.
I really didn't like it. So, if we're talking about who started it in WWE, I'm gonna say AJ Lee. And even to some extent, Caitlyn, because people didn't start caring at all about that division until you got AJ Lee challenging Caitlyn for the Divas Championship and winning it for the first time. Yeah. That was the first time people in the pay-per-view were invested in that match. They wanted to see it. We were watching it at home, I'm sure, and nobody went to the bathroom to see that. No. The women's match would come on, we say bathroom break.
The other match we did, I think there was another match on the show, and we were like, okay, bathroom break before the other women's match.
If you want to talk who started the evolution overall on TV and not just WWE, I'm going to credit TNA Wrestling. Specifically, the few that did it for me that really said, hey, women's wrestling is going to be big is Gail Kim versus Awesome Kong.
Absolutely.
For sure. The first Knockouts Championship, that match, that series of matches afterward, that is still to this day my favorite feud in TNA/Impact Wrestling, for at least on the women's side.
That was a really great feud.
Yeah, because it got it going. It got people to take it seriously. And that's what got people to start telling WWE, hey, give women a chance, give divas a chance.
Yeah.
Another reason I'll say AJ Lee on the WWE side is she's the one that tweeted Stephanie McMahon first. She's the one that said, hey, you're backing this and saying this, but yet you don't give women these equal rights. We're not paid as well. We're not featured as much. And
we don't have shirts. AJ Lee was one of the first ones to have a T-shirt.
Yeah.
Women didn't have T-shirts before her.
Yeah. And we bought our daughter when she was born an AJ Lee bib.
A onesie.
And a onesie, exactly. Yeah. So that for me, she called Stephanie out. And quite honestly, frankly, the reason I think AJ Lee retired is because even though she called it out and Stephanie didn't want to share credit for the divas or the women's revolution, I feel like sometimes WWE, the brass can be petty like that, and they were going to try and punish her in some way. So that's part of the reason why she retired.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
What about you, babe?
All right. So I credit I think I told you this the other day. I was like, I credit her about 4 women and different aspects of how it ran. So like WWE, obviously, I do credit AJ Lee. AJ Lee, at first, she wasn't even wrestling. She was just part of like a valet or a manager to Daniel Bryan, and had this whole storylines with CM Punk and Kane and all that stuff. And she made you want to be invested. When she started to go over to get the Divas Championship, that's when you were really wanted to pay attention because you wanted to see what she was going to say and do, especially when she basically ripped the whole locker room a new one.
Just the Total Divas cast.
Pretty much.
But
it was pretty much the whole.
That was quite the promo.
Basically gave her an open forum. Why don't you go tell why you don't want to be on Total Divas? Yeah.
So I think she just brought more attention to it. And she was also, like I said, she was the first woman to actually have a T-shirt and sell well that T-shirt. And I think because of her selling well T-shirts, that's why all the other women slowly got shirts. Mm-hmm. So if it wasn't for her, the other women wouldn't even have T-shirts, honestly. The other two women I credit is also the first NXT show between Paige and Emma. That match showed how much they could wrestle. Women could wrestle. At the time,
takeover, right?
They still had the Divas Championship, and they still had like 5-minute matches, stuff like that. And they really didn't give them a lot of time on WWE, but on NXT, when that show came on and you saw Paige and Emma, holy crap, you could see everything that women can actually do in wrestling, and they gave them time.
Yeah.
Which I think because of that one match, that changed a lot of things. But it also has to do with a lot of credit with the fourth woman. The fourth woman is the NXT women's coach, Sarah Del Rey.
Yeah.
Sarah Amato.
Yeah.
Sarah Amato. She used to be, we call her Sarah Del Rey because she used to be an independent wrestler. And we used to watch her. We used to go to see her at shows locally here. And she would wrestle the guys. So she
very well too.
It's no surprise that she is the head women's coach at the NXT, at the Performance Center. She basically changed the way women wrestle because she taught them ways to be better wrestlers. Even though they may have some independent seasoned wrestlers there, she still was like, this is how you're going to be noticed, and this is what's going to make you better.
Better psychology. Too,
better psychology. Yeah. So I think with that being said, I think those are my 4 women.
Yeah. I wonder if like wrestlers transition into trainers ever look at matches and go, wow, I'm glad I'm not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
Probably. Some matches, yeah.
Well, we did watch the the finals or semifinals, whatever, of the Mae Young Classic.
Just ran out of semis, yeah. And we'll get to that too.
And Sarah came out at the end, and she looked like she was in great shape. Like, I feel like she could probably wrestle still.
Sarah, I still firmly believe at one point Sarah's going to surprise somebody.
Maybe she'll show up at Evolution, the Battle Royale. Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
That'd be great.
I'd be so happy.
Half the people wouldn't know who she is, but we would be screaming.
I'd lose my freaking mind if Sarah.
Well, it is in New York. They'll know who she is.
True.
They do. Yeah, for sure.
True. But people on TV will be like, who's that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll yell at them, you fools. You know nothing.
All right. So let's start this Evolution preview. First match, we're going by, we don't know the order of the matches, but we're going by first. Here we have listed the Battle Royale. So far they've said 21 women have been in the match. We don't know how many more are going to be in it. So anybody's prediction on who they think, we have the list right here of who's going to be in it, of who do you think is going to win the Battle Royale, or if there's any surprise entrant.
Just who's been announced, so who knows who else they're gonna have?
Yeah, I mean,
Exactly.
I keep feeling like at any one moment they're just gonna like announce someone who's gonna like just show up out of nowhere. And actually, a name just popped into my head. But before I say that name, of the people who are currently in it, I have to rep Ember Moon.
So you're picking to win it all?
I'm picking Ember Moon to win it all.
All right.
Nice.
Because I just feel like she's been on a huge just win streak lately. Just everything she's been doing, they've been giving her more and more spots, and I just think it's her. The one person who I think could surprise us and be there, maybe win it, is Karma, aka Awesome Kong.
Yes.
I think that would be cool if she just showed up out of nowhere and just just like saying, "Ha, I'm going to throw all of you out of the ring." Or, be there for 30 seconds and then get thrown out herself, which is the kind of the record of people who are larger in the match. Like, oh, they're going to win. This is Big Show's story every year in the Royal Rumble. It's amazing he's never won that. Sorry, I got distracted.
Yeah.
It's very rare that the big guys ever do.
Yeah,
win
the
a
big
Royal
guys
Rumble,
get overthrown by a bunch of guys.
Yeah, that's kind of their
They're
story in that match.
Yeah.
So we always overdo them. I'm going to say that the surprise entrant would probably be like somebody like Caitlyn, but I don't think she would win.
Yeah, that's fair.
I do agree with you, and I think Ember Moon will win this, and I'm hoping she wins this. We obviously know her as Athena in independent wrestling, but she works so hard, and I think they're building her up to do great things. The only other person I think that could surprise us and win besides her, I think would be Peyton Royce. She's been doing amazing, and and she has her friend Billy to help her out. I think one of them needs a little push, unless they do decide to announce a tag team championship belt. Then that obviously would change my thought process on that.
I think they're teasing us on purpose. I just wish they'd do it already. I'm sorry.
I hope they do it.
Yeah. My surprise entrant, and I'm taking a long shot here, is going to be AJ Lee. I hope
God,
to.
I wish.
God.
You are taking like a Hawkeye from Avengers 1 long shot.
Maybe it's the shot to the head. I don't know. But
I forgot about that concussion.
Like I think I said this about two episodes back, maybe, or 3 episodes back, that supposedly there's rumors that Vince McMahon did call AJ Lee personally and talk to her about possibly coming back for one match or one show, and so possible. Anything's possible.
You never say never in wrestling. That's always been the saying.
So now, I wonder if the caller ID rang at their house and Punk saw it. It's like, okay, no, I know it's not for me here.
Yeah, right. Honestly, Vince is
who has a phone at home with a caller ID?
Vince is going to have to show up at Punk's.
I still do.
Yeah.
Well,
Vince is going to have to show up at Punk's place to apologize in person or to talk that out. So
that'd be funny as
I think he would just call her cell phone, honestly.
Yeah, probably. I know you'll probably see people from NXT and possibly the Mae Young Classic be on this. And probably, for all we know, could see Mia Yim in this Battle Royal.
True.
That'd be cool.
Who I think is going to win, and because this is her home, is Zelina Vega.
Oh.
She, I think,
didn't even think about
Didn't think about that either.
She's going to surprise some people. She's going to get a huge ovation, I think, especially with the story coming out about her losing her father at 9/11.
Yeah.
But her character is really good.
Her character's really good.
Hopefully it goes tranquilo during the match, I hope.
Yeah. With you kind of need a new face in there, and not to say she can still be affiliated with Cien Almas. She'll have a big part in his run as well, but she can still make a name for herself too. And I think this is the start of it. Give her a championship match. I mean, her and Becky or Charlotte could tear the house down. So that'd be a hell of a match, I think. So my pick is Zelina Vega.
Okay. So. All right. So the second match is the 6-women tag match. It's Sasha Banks, Bayley, and Natalya versus the Riot Squad: Ruby Riott, Sarah Logan, and Liv Morgan. So who do you got?
I'm going to actually take Sasha, Bayley, and Natalya. For me, they just they seem like the team that's standing out right now. We know the rumors are out there. It's pretty much all but confirmed. I think Sasha accidentally confirmed that there is a women's tag team championship set to be announced at Evolution. I think Sasha said in an interview recently that when they announce it, Bayley and I are going to go for that. And I think this would be a great shot for them to show how well they team together, even with Natty involved. So, yeah.
I'm actually going to This is a hard one, but I'm actually going to disagree with you. I think the Riot Squad are going to win this only because they are a true triple unit, and I feel like sometimes they build them up to be losing, which they have, and then they get really upset, and then they end up winning.
Yeah.
So that's my only thought process on that. As far as the tag thing, even if they lose, I don't think that would hinder anything.
Yeah, me neither.
With them going after it, so.
Mm-hmm. So looking at this, before I go to my pick, can we just go ahead and have the WWE 6-person intergender tag team belts now? Because every company has 6-person tag team belts now. I just want WWE to have their kit. No, too much? Okay, fine.
Don't even let a woman wrestle a man. Come on.
I know, but true. I want that to change. I mean, come on. I mean, look who they have in the women's division. They won't let them wrestle the dudes. I would kill to see Mia Yim go up against like Randy Orton or something. That'd be a great match.
How about Nia?
Nia can fight whoever she wants. She can fight me for all I care.
Rhea Ripley, man. She's
Rhea Ripley, dude. Oh my god. Sorry. So. It's
we say that in the nicest way. Where
she's just a monster.
Rhea Ripley's a beast. I love her. Shoot, man. I am looking greatly forward to the UK stuff, man. I cannot wait for that to get going good. I'm gonna be glued to my computer watching their stuff. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and agree with Tina. I'm going with the Riot Squad. To me, they've been too much on a quote unquote losing streak lately. And to me, that's just a setup. It's like when everyone else, enter a losing streak, then you hit a pay-per-view, then you win, unless you're Kurt Hawkins, who's currently like, what, is he like, 5,000 and or something?
He's the reverse Golden streak.
Wait, hold on, I just thought of something. Yeah. What if he wears a wig? And
oh my God, he enters. I hope not. Okay, if a woman were
wears a wig and teams with the truth, with our truth.
Still loses anyway.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
That would be a joke.
I'm sorry, everybody. I'm 5 years old, and that's funny.
The only guy I would like to see dressed up in this match would be oh my God, I forgot his name, but he's retired.
Santino Marella.
Yeah, Santina.
Santina. He wants to see Santina.
Oh God,
that would be great.
That'd be hilarious.
I would totally be okay with that.
But see, that would only be funny if all the women stopped and looked at him and said, "This happened last time.
Yeah.
Something's off.
Get him.
Something's off."
Yeah.
All right, the next match we have is Trish Stratus and Lita versus Alexa Bliss and Mickie James, and
Do we even have to bother asking him where
First of all, we had to confirm that Alexa was even going to be in this match because there was a few rumors that she had suffered a concussion.
She suffered a concussion. She's going through their Impact protocol. Basically, this past Saturday at a live event, I think it was in Hartford, Connecticut, she had a concussion. That's why she wasn't on TV on Monday.
Jeez.
So it was like kind of back and forth. There was a possibility she wouldn't be in the match and they would replace with Alicia Fox. But as of the recording of this episode, Mickie James confirmed in an interview that Alexa Bliss is going to be in the match. And Alexa did say on Lillian Garcia's podcast that she and Mickie have an awesome cosplay outfit planned for this match.
What is going to happen?
Can't wait.
Of course you can't wait. You'll go ahead and go first. We know what you're doing.
Yeah, go ahead and go first.
I'm picking Alexa. Is it any surprise?
No, because you're wearing the freaking shirt.
What a shocker.
Yeah, seriously.
I had no idea. Did you?
No, honestly.
I had no idea.
His pick shocks me so much.
Thank God I'm hosting because I can stop him from talking right now.
Because the surprise of him picking Alexa Bliss has blown my mind so much. Do you see how excited I am about his amazing pick?
Yeah. All right, so my pick, obviously, is going to be Trish and Lita. I mean, come on, they're freaking legends. They've been talking smack so much.
Their smack talkers are fantastic.
It's great. So, I don't know. I mean, there's no real thing that they could lose or win here. So why not?
Yeah, it's not like they're going to lose their spot in the Hall of Fame if they lose. So
yeah, exactly.
I'm going with Trish and Lita as well, for a lot of reasons.
Gonna be wrong.
Whatever.
Anyway, but the person who's gonna get pinned is probably gonna be Mickie. That's probably what's gonna happen.
If they lose, it's not gonna be Alexa who gets pinned. That's for sure.
They're gonna pin another legend.
Yeah. So. But well, one reason I'm picking them is because of my lifelong diehard love for Trish Stratus, which I will never deny ever. I've been I'm in love with Trish Stratus.
I love Lita.
Yeah, Lita's great too.
I know.
I've met them both, and they're both pretty awesome.
Yeah. I know my best friend Mike out there is going to be. We might be at each other's throats on this match because his number one ever is Lita, and Alexa's my current favorite right now. But,
how do you two get along? Is that those are your current?
You know what? We've been best friends since high school, so can't wait till he's
I know, but friendships have been broken up over less, and
this is it.
The hardest thing for him would be Gail Kim and Alexa.
Oh man,
I wish they. I wish that match would happen just to
Yeah,
see
I
his
know.
mind explode.
For the record, I would pick Gail Kim in that match.
Yeah, I figured.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
That's his wife.
That's true.
Oh,
Well,
besides me.
Yeah.
His wife.
Yeah, don't tell her husband.
Oh man, he's scary.
Dude, for real, he's
Nicest guy though. We got
But
to
yeah,
meet both
he's
of them years ago.
we've actually
Oh,
met
nice.
both of them.
Yeah.
They're really nice, and he's a great cook.
Oh, cool.
Obviously, because he's a chef.
Yeah.
All right, the next match we have is the Mae Young Classic Final.
Oh, dude.
So Io Shirai versus Toni Storm. This is a hard one for me, so I'm actually gonna go last because I'm still thinking about it. So
Really?
let's go with Tommy. Do you want
Dang
to go
it!
first?
I knew she's gonna pick me first.
She made me go first the last 2 times. So
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. So, so I've actually been struggling with this for a while now too, because it's like, how do you pick between these two? There's first of all, there's no downside in this match.
No.
There's no
great match.
version. There's no version of this where the fans lose. That's impossible. For this whole show, there's no version where the fans lose. But there's one match that we'll get to. But I'm gonna go with Miss Shirai. I am because I think this is her time with all the setbacks she had trying to get to the WWE. Her road has not been easy. Freak injuries left and right. Just getting there, and then they say no. She's been working hard the past year to be healthy enough, and they finally say yes. I think she's gonna win it, but I'm hoping she does, and then we get like a Toni Storm heel turn, and then like she just jumps her and like loses her crap after the match, just beats the crap out of her, because that's just good TV. And I just can't, and I would love a feud between them beyond this, and that's my prediction. But
all right. Oh, me?
I was like,
That's right, you're going last.
I'm last. I'm still thinking about it.
We
Listening
just
to your points here.
Yeah, we just binge watched the entire Mae Young Classic over just to get through it, and just before we saw the semifinals. And of course, these things get filmed, results and stuff. But man, this match.
yeah,
I'm gonna go with Toni Storm. Just from watching how she's come through this match, I feel like she just has a bigger arsenal. Nothing against Io Shirai, but Toni Storm has been getting a lot of hype. She was in the UK Women's Championship tournament that Rhea Ripley ultimately won. And she's been featured recently on ESPN as well. Like, there's been articles written about her on ESPN. So she's the one getting over. I think she's the one that probably could be like the next big woman star in WWE. That's not to say Io Shirai won't be in WWE. I think she's definitely going to be. She's more than worthy to be in part of WWE as well. But I think Toni Storm right now is she was just like a beast in this tournament. She's just continued to impress me every round. So she's my pick.
yeah.
I'm actually going to agree with my husband. After watching the matches, especially the semifinal. Sorry, especially after watching the semifinal, and she wrestled Miko. Oh my God, that match was amazing. If you get a chance or you haven't watched any of the Mae Young Classic, I would recommend that match.
Watch it before Sunday.
I would also recommend Miko and Mercedes Martinez. That match was amazing.
That one was really good.
But I want to pick Toni just because I feel like the matches she had with Miko, who's a total legend, was so good, and she could last her that her against Io will be amazing as well. I think this is actually going to be the match that's going to steal the show. Honestly,
I was just thinking that. Yeah.
But it is still a tough call for me. But I'm going to give it to Toni just a little bit more, just because I feel like the way that they're building her up in the show kind of makes her feel like, she's the underdog, but she did so much before she got to the finals. I feel like she's going to be the shocker.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a great match.
Yeah. It also doesn't feel like that after having Miko, that they're kind of scared to sign her. It's like, we can't have her on the roster every single week, y'all. We won't have a roster anymore.
Yeah.
although
or they can't afford her.
But her and Nikki Cross will be a fun feud, because I think Nikki Cross has that Joker strength where, like, the more you hit her, the more she'll laugh. So
I have loved her on NXT these last few weeks too.
Nikki Cross, dude,
she's been great.
Like the fact that we've turned "She Knows" into a chant, like, that's disturbing. She knows. Yeah. Me and a friend I love argued. It's like, that's my kind of craze right there. He's like, back off, dude.
Yeah. The next match is actually the NXT UK Women's Championship, and it's between Rhea Ripley and Isla Dawn.
Isla Dawn.
Isla Dawn.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought it was Isla.
Isla, Isla.
My bad. Either way.
Those are Isla. We see Isla a lot. I don't
And
know.
my pick for this is actually going to be the champion, Rhea Ripley. I just saw her actually on Mae Young Classic in the semifinals against Io, and oh my gosh, that was a great match as well. She just showed how much strength and agility she had. She's kind of a tall woman too, and very powerful and strong. So I think that she's probably going to retain. JC?
Rhea Ripley as well. Like we mentioned her earlier, she's just a monster. She's going to be somebody who could. I know she's in the UK right now. Maybe that's her home. I would love to see her make it over here on the main roster. And thinking of the matches she could have with Nia Jax would be awesome. And
or just her and Nikki.
Her and Nikki or Nia, she can tear up the whole division. So
yeah.
I'm going with Rhea Ripley as well. I think she's going to retain the title.
I'm going to agree with both of you. I'm going with Rhea Ripley as well. Yeah. See,
is that the first one we picked?
That's the first one. I just think that right now is her time. The UK Women's Championship already has a lot of buzz going around it. The whole UK division right now, I think, has a lot of buzz going around it. And I think, ironically enough, a lot of guys who started that were guys like Will Ospreay, Zack Sabre Jr., Marty Scurll. But now when you have the women's division at it, you're seeing more and more what they can do. And I think Rhea Ripley is going to be the one who leads that charge, at least for now. I mean, more, of course, you're going to have people who step up to the plate, but for now, I think she's the right person to lead that charge, and she's going to continue to do so.
Yeah. All right, the next match we have is actually the NXT's Women's Championship, and it's between Kairi Sane and Shayna Baszler. So this is kind of a rematch of sorts. It's like the third time they've fought.
Yeah.
Fourth time.
It's actually the fourth, yeah.
And Kairi's won two times out of the three? Yeah. So, JC?
I'm going with Kairi on this one. Shayna, I feel like she is primed to make a run at the main roster. And honestly, this feud is great. I mean, Shayna's improved extensively. She's improved quite a bit. We've said on the show there's something she needs to work on, and she's getting better with it. But I think with her star power, with her 4 horsewomen made Ronda up in the main roster already, this is Kairi's chance to shine and really dominate the women's division. And I feel like she's going to keep the title here, especially after this being her first title defense. So really seal the deal.
I'm going to actually agree with you. I'm going to think that I'm going to say that Kairi Sane's probably going to keep it. I feel the same way. I feel like Shayna's getting close to being moved up. She's worked really hard and she's improved tremendously. Not only in the ring but also her character. She makes a great heel. So, with that being said, I'm just going to pick Kairi Sane.
Again, we're unanimous. I'm picking Kairi Sane on this one too.
Unanimous on the NXT ones.
Yeah. So only because nothing against Shayna Baszler, I just think that Kairi Sane's time is really now. And I mean, I think this rivalry is pretty good for her, but I think this is where it comes to an end. I don't think there's really much more point to it after this. And that's one reason why I'm picking Kairi, because I don't see any point of really putting the belt back on Shayna. Not that she's not come a long way, not that she would be a great champion, but I think, like you said, her time at NXT is not like done as in a bad way, but like I think she's made her mark enough, and now she can, and especially if they're going to do tag team titles, well, her. And
then who would you have wrestle Shayna if she wins? Like, would you have Kairi again? That would be the 5th time.
Yeah.
Or,
Toni Storm.
You could.
Or Nikki Cross.
You got all these women coming in.
You could put Mia even.
Yeah, she made her debut.
I think Bianca Belair's coming a long way too. So she's going to move up to that spot pretty soon.
She keeps lobbying for it.
And she's kind of a heel also.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't make sense to have Shayna win and then have a.
I mean, you can have two heels.
I mean, you can, but
when you make it interesting enough. But I don't know if they can.
But WWE doesn't do that very much. So, the next match, which we pray is not the main event match, but we're probably going to have this as the main event.
Sweet baby Jesus and the God in heaven, do not let this be the main event of the night.
I'm pretty sure it will be. I will be shocked.
Can we make this the Joe and AJ of the night and put it right in the middle of the card, please?
I hate that though.
I won't go that far. I think it should be
you cannot compare them to AJ and Joe.
That's fair.
Okay, so the next one you might not probably already figured out what we're talking about. It's the Raw Women's Championship between Ronda Rousey and Nikki Bella, with Brie Bella with her accompanying her. So let's go ahead and go with Tommy. first.
Ronda. If I have to explain why I'm picking Ronda,
you can only pick her once. Okay, you don't have to say it 3 times. We got it.
Yes, I do, because if I say it 3 times, she might appear next to me, which would not be the worst thing in the world. So I got to stand in the mirror for that. Let me try that at home. Anyway, but okay, I will give a brief explanation without getting too heated.
Take a brief breath, deep breath. All right.
Why is Nikki in this match? They literally have like 80 other women they could have picked. And Nikki Bella? First of all, Ronda already destroyed her verbally in that.
We're going to be here a while.
No, we're not. Yeah, we are. I'm lying. Yeah, we are. But no, Ronda already won this match verbally when she destroyed Nikki Bella 2 weeks ago on Raw with the whole kick down door thing, which was still which
Ronda wrote that promo, by the way.
Yeah, I read that. That was amazing.
Yes.
But we were saying how sad that was that they had to actually say that she wrote the promo.
Yeah.
Because women, most of the time they write it for her.
No, it's nobody writes their own promos. That's the thing.
Yeah, like
nowadays.
everyone
goes with what the writers.
Well, I know that, but we were talking about how sad it is that they had to say that she wrote
the
her
news
own
reported
promo.
it. Yeah, it came out. Yeah, but I mean, that's just a testament to how impressive Ronda is.
Oh yeah.
She has come that is amazing for less than a year since her debut. Gosh. Like not even. It's been like I think it's only been like 6 or 7 months at this point, and she's already like. She's mastered, not mastered, but she's well enough. Her moveset, her selling, and her overall just demeanor in the ring, how she talks. She's just great. And her whole attitude Monday was like the scary friend who's quiet. Mm-hmm. And then you strike them and then they don't say anything, but they walk away. You're like...
And they smile at you.
Yeah.
You're just like...
I immediately thought, oh my God, she's literally going to kill her at Evolution.
Yeah.
We've bought the WWE Network to witness a murder and no one's stopping this. But I'm in. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So that's
I totally agree with that.
So yeah, so I'm picking Ronda Rousey. And see, I'm done. It's over now.
See, and I picked Ronda Rousey as well. So this is what I tell about Nikki. So I actually watch Total Divas and I watch Total Bellas.
Me too.
I have nothing against them as people.
Yeah, nothing against
as people. They're pretty good people. I love watching Brie. She's a great mother. And Daniel Bryan's on the show, which is pretty funny. He's pretty entertaining as well. I get how they're entrepreneurs because outside of wrestling, when wrestling's over, they got to have something else to pay the bills. And I get that too. I think the reason they picked her to be in this match is because it pissed off a lot of people.
I can see that.
And they wanted Ronda to be the biggest face going into Evolution. She normally probably would have already been that. And you wanted somebody that would literally piss off everybody. And it did.
Mission freaking accomplished.
Especially in New York. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I feel bad for Nikki.
Especially in New York, yes. And the fact that Ronda wrote her own promo and destroyed them, and I made this joke that she must have called, because she's friends with AJ Lee and Punk, that she probably called AJ Lee and was like, hey, do you have any pointers? And like maybe she told her, hey, you should totally talk about this.
To be a fly on the wall for that full conversation.
That's my little joke that I feel like maybe she called AJ and was like, hey,
it may not even be a joke. It could be true for all we know.
Yeah, it could have,
Let me write my own promo. What should I say? Okay, girl, sit down. I got your back.
I'll write this for you. But either way, it was a great promo.
It was.
And I feel like, yes, I am not a huge fan of Nikki Bella or Brie Bella. As people, they're great. As the TV show, I love it. I'll watch it all the time. It's a train wreck, and I love it. That I can't stop watching.
We love train wreck shows. And makes us feel better about our own lives.
I understand that, actually.
# marriage boot camp.
Yeah, we love that show, too. Mm-hmm. But I get it. I get why they picked her for this match. As a woman, she is also very popular with a lot of other women. Maybe, and I'm not necessarily saying women that don't like wrestling or women that only watch wrestling part-time, but in general, she is a beautiful female who takes care of herself. And a lot of women that wear makeup and, are beautiful and like that fearlessness are drawn to her because of that. Okay. I am just not drawn to her because I watched a lot of independent wrestling. I've watched a lot of WWE growing up, and I just don't go towards that because I feel it's more towards the model diva type, and I'm just not a huge fan of that. So, nothing against her, but yeah, I'm not a fan of hers. Yeah. A lot of women on here who will watch this will probably be like, whatever, Nikki's great. And I get that. I understand why you like them.
I did have a friend get mad at me because I was hoping Ronda would destroy her. So
yeah, see? So, yeah, I'm going to pick Ronda Rousey, and I hope, yes, she destroys her.
Mm-hmm. If you know what's good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come out serious, Ronda. Do what you did to Alexa Bliss at SummerSlam. That's the way this match should go. And Brie and Nick are probably going to try that twin magic, and Ronda's going to rip both their arms off, to be honest with you.
But shouldn't the referee be able to easily tell who's...
Nowadays, yes, unless Brie stuffs her bra again like she did one time.
No, I don't know, because, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. That joke was in terrible taste, but I couldn't stop
No,
myself.
it's true. I mean, it's true.
You can't take the title off Ronda to Nikki. It's got to be somebody better. It's got to be someone bigger, a bigger build-up.
I think it's
I'm
also...
sorry, I can't see... Ronda writing her own promo, Nikki coming out there, and any Bella promo is like, but you know what? You know, they'll say something, but you know what?
Yeah, because like Ronda...
And then they always put the whole, you're jealous.
Yeah.
You're jealous.
Everything is you're jealous.
If somebody fires back on TV and you don't respond on TV, you got to really think about it and put your response on social media. Like, okay, now I had time to think about it and write it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying anything against what they're doing with Total Divas. I know they were brought back to WWE because they wanted to do Total Divas and they needed that power. That's probably the only reason they're back right now.
Probably.
But great, you did that. You're a producer, or to the extent of producer, I'm not sure how much. You're getting more eyes on the product. But if we're putting this in ring, you're not going to tell me that Ronda Rousey, who is currently still undefeated in a WWE ring, is going to lose.
Former UFC champion.
Former UFC champion is going to lose to Nikki Bella. Sorry, it's just not believable to me. So
the only time she lost in the UFC,
an Olympic medalist.
the only time she lost in the UFC was someone had to basically break her face in half in order to get her to lose the fight.
I'm sorry, if Nia Jax couldn't beat her, there's no way that Nikki Bella could beat her.
I also think that this match was set up also because they were kind of in a way setting homage to the fact that, you know, we're no longer divas. So let's bring a woman who was technically the longest divas champion.
Yeah.
Even though we don't like the fact that she's the
longest but not the greatest.
Not even close.
Yeah.
She was the longest divas champion. So who else could we bring that has some kind of connection from being a diva and into Revolution? And I think that's why another reason why it was kind of the reason they picked Nikki.
Yeah.
And with all honesty, I rather would have seen Brie instead of Nikki, but that's just me. I think
I don't know. I wouldn't want to
and I know that everybody's talking about how she gave Liv Morgan a concussion and they were talking smack to her. They were, you know, ridiculing her to the point where Daniel Bryan had to write a statement saying, please stop talking crap to my wife on social media. But in my opinion, I've always thought Brie's the better wrestler.
Yeah.
Sorry,
and that whole concussion thing, to me, that was just missed timing. I mean, it does suck that it happened, but it's just like when to me, it's a similar case when Goldberg gave the thrust kick to Bret Hart, and Bret Hart got his concussion that had to force him to retire. It wasn't, Goldberg done that 100 times before, and Bret Hart had taken super kicks from Shawn Michaels for years before this. It's just a bad case of missed timing, and unfortunately, in wrestling, that happens. It sucks when it does. It's a horrible thing, and I don't wish it on anyone. But it's not really anyone's fault because that's just the business.
That's also no excuse for people to ridicule someone and bully them online.
Yeah, it's not.
To tell them like you messed up, you stupid, this and that. I get that people botch all the time, and people get told they get botched all the time. And yes, no offense to the Bella twins, they're a little rusty. They were botching a little bit when they came back.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that it gives them any reason for any of us or anybody to be like, you stupid, whatever.
That's very true.
If you think you can do better, get in the ring and do it yourself.
It's not an easy thing.
You do the training and pay your dues and do it. So
and,
that's the way I see it.
I know everybody talks smack about them, the twins, but they did actually go to OVW and they were in those hot, air conditioned gyms training. So I give them props for that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Their character is just not my favorite.
Yeah.
Okay. The next match, which we hope is the main event, which I hope to dear God is the main event because it has the best background story, and it's it's the only gimmick match in the whole pay-per-view, is the SmackDown Women's Champion, and that's Becky, the champion Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair in a last woman standing.
The champ Becky Lynch, yes.
The champ.
Mm-hmm. The champ.
Yes.
Don't forget it either.
That's
champ
right.
Becky Lynch.
So let's see. I'm actually gonna go first.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
I actually think that this was actually really hard for me because
So I'm surprised you're going first.
Yeah, I know. I feel like if they're going to keep this, Becky Stone Cold Lynch up, which I really want to see.
Yes.
Her beating her up at the Performance Center in front of all the new recruits.
Was fantastic.
Her talking smack to everyone, including actually Rhea Ripley replied to the NXT putting that Becky, attacked Charlotte there, and Rhea Ripley put, thanks Becky and whatever, and then Becky was like, yeah, and if you get in my way, this was gonna happen to you, kind of thing, and I was like, yes, I love it. So I'm gonna go with the champ, Becky Lynch. How about you, JC?
This is Becky Lynch written all over it. I mean, she took the title off Charlotte. They had a rematch. It's been unclear who deserves what, and this is the kind of the final straw, the be-all, end-all for it. And I definitely think this is Becky Lynch's time. This is her title run, and she will be a great champion. This match, I know everyone's saying that they're thinking the Mae Young Classic will steal the show. This match is going to steal the show. They are going to fight all over that arena. If the way they set this match up is any indication of them spearing through the freaking entrance. And
That was great.
Charlotte's arm being all bloody and everything. But
yeah,
this match is going to end with Becky Lynch going crazy sadistic probably and just taking out her friend. So speaking of which, I love when she attacked Charlotte at the Performance Center. There's another video, another angle, and you just see Shayna in the background just like, all right. Just enjoying it. So
Shayna's like, we can do that?
Yeah. All right.
Just jump people anywhere?
Why did I think of that?
She's like, I want to be on the main roster. You can do whatever you want.
I think Becky, especially because they're supposed to make a UK run shortly after Crown Jewel with Raw and SmackDown there. I think Becky is
Crown Jewel may also be.
Yeah. I could see Becky holding this title for a good while, possibly even through WrestleMania for all we know.
That'd be great, actually.
Yeah.
Plus, if this goes along with my Battle Royal Championship pick, or Battle Royal pick, that Zelina Vega would get a title shot. I would love to see Zelina and Becky Lynch.
That'd be fun.
Put a hell of a match together. So
it'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
Tommy?
I'm going Becky as well.
All right.
Yeah.
Unanimous on the last four.
Yes.
That's all right. Yeah.
That works for me.
Yeah.
And I just feel like this should be, along with all your reasons, I feel this should be the main event because story-wise, this has the most story of any match on this whole pay-per-view.
Yeah.
It has the most story of any match pretty much in WWE right now, currently. I mean, you're taking the Four Horsemen of the NXT, and then you're also taking into account the fact that Becky hasn't had the title opportunities or title reigns that any of the other Four Horsewomen have. She was never even NXT Women's Champion, for crying out loud. I mean, Sasha was, Charlotte was, Becky was. Mm-hmm. I mean, Bayley was, but she never was. And then she came to SmackDown became the SmackDown Women's Champion, but then had it once and then never had it again.
And it was a short period.
It was a very short period, and then never had it again until now. And I just think that this is the most storied match in the company that they have going right now, and I don't see why you would have the all women's pay-per-view, the very first one, the biggest show you've ever done for this kind of thing, and have that match on not last. It doesn't make any sense to me. Also, yes, I agree. I think this will steal the show, but not for technical prowess. I think they are going to beat the ever-loving crap out of each other, and sometimes in wrestling, that's what I want. I love my technical matches. I love my Zack Sabre Jr.'s, my Kurt Angles, but every now and then I want someone to go out there.
Blood.
Yeah, every now and then I'm just like, you know what? I don't like you. I want to punch you religiously until my fist gets tired, and then I have another one. And that's what this is going to be.
Religiously.
And honestly, the best matches are always with your best friends.
Yeah.
Like
Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Oh God!
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Beast mode.
Yes.
Even
Joe and AJ Styles.
Joe and I think
Joe and
AJ.
Joe and AJ might as well be brothers as much as they hate each other.
Yes. I mean, also Bayley and Sasha.
Bayley and Sasha in NXT used to go to the freaking mat. That NXT.
Yeah.
I still watch their NXT matches.
I'm still waiting for that match again.
The rematch. Oh yeah, it's
on
coming.
the main roster.
I think it's going to come at WrestleMania. Honestly.
I hope so. see what happens.
But I think this match is just going to be brutal, and in all the right ways. Like it's going to hurt, and that's the point of this match. And I'm here for it. Like let's do this. Let's make it big.
All right, so that previews the pay-per-view of Evolution. A few things we would like to talk about before we go is this recently just came up on Monday Night Raw. It was a big shocker to us all. Yeah. We obviously see Roman Reigns come to the ring. He has belt in hand, and we're thinking he's gonna, talk about the pay-per-view that's coming up on Crown Jewel. And he all of a sudden just talks about that he has been battling, or in remission of leukemia for 11 years, and then all of a sudden it's back. And he had to relinquish the title. This
was a heck of a setup. So, I mean, over the weekend, we saw a lot of news reports that he might be injured. He was taken off live events. He was being removed from advertising. Wondering if this was going to be like a long-term injury. And when he came out in street clothes, I thought, oh, great, he's hurt,
Yeah.
For sure.
It's like this Universal title's a curse. That was my mindset.
Oh my gosh, you feel that way.
And then he dropped the bomb. Something I never even knew about him, just to think about his history. Roman Reigns, he's been a polarizing figure. I guess you can say he's the next John Cena in that there's half the fans hate him, half the fans love him.
Yeah.
It's not so much the person. I've always said he's a great guy, a great worker. It's the way he's booked is what I always had a problem with.
So it goes back to the Bella twins, and they get booked for being the way they are, and Roman Reigns gets booked the way he is.
There was a point where people were cheering, and then he does the Rumble where he's taken out early, and then he's not fighting off doctors to come out of a stretcher. It's the little things that fans are like, oh, it's not believable, But this news, where he says, I'm not Roman, I'm Joe, and I've been battling leukemia, and I had no idea. For somebody who's young, to even think that he played football at Georgia Tech, graduated, tried out for pro leagues, played in Canada, had a baby on the way when he found out he had leukemia, fought it, beat it, got a shot in WWE.
So much.
So something that nobody even knew. It makes you appreciate so much more the work that he's put in. So, God, 11 years of remission, it's back. And I know this is a fight he can beat. This is a fight he can win. And just to see that crowd going from cheering, booing, and as soon as he said to drop the ball, he's leukemia.
I think that there was a huge moment of disbelief because there were still some people who were still booing him a little bit when he said that. Yeah. I think they thought it was like a work, or like any second, Brock Lesnar's going to come out, or Braun Strowman.
Then he dropped the belt on the ground.
Yeah,
was like,
I think the second he put it on the ground and just
what?
left, I think everyone was like, "This is for real."
And then how about that shot of the Shield? Possibly, I hope it's not the last time we see that together because I know Roman can beat this, but to see them on stage together. One final Shield salute, and it was just like
all the emotion.
So I can count the number of times I've cried out of complete sadness in pro wrestling. Eddie Guerrero dying was like the first time I bawled uncontrollably. That was like the very first time I did. But when those three did the fist bump one last time, I was no good. Primarily because Seth Rollins openly crying.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Hurt me so bad. And what was even worse was you could tell Dean was holding it back.
Oh yeah,
he was definitely holding it back.
He was holding it back so hard, and it hurt me to see that. I mean, Roman crying, I get that. I mean, poor guy. I mean, it's the same thing. I feel like because here in Texas, we know a guy named Houston Carson. He recently had to retire within the last year or so because of injuries to his body, and actually not even injuries. It's just his doctor said you've got some issues here. You can't wrestle anymore.
Yeah,
it's different for wrestlers who, they've been wrestling all this time. Maybe they've got too many injuries like Edge or something like, okay, I've got to retire.
Paige.
Yeah, or like even Undertaker's, like, you can't wrestle as much, so you can maybe wrestle once or twice a year. Okay, fine. When you can't wrestle because you have some kind of sickness or some kind of disease where it's like, it's not even like your fault at all. It's freaking cancer, cancer, by the way. And it's like, you have to stop what you're good at. Roman Reigns is good at what he does, and what people love you or hate you. Right. Either way, your T-shirts are selling more than everybody else's. And you have to walk away not because you're injured, not because you got hurt during a match doing what you love, but because a freaking disease that you beat already decides to come back for round 2, and you have to walk away. That just sucks, and it hurt me for him. I've had people, my aunt who got me into wrestling originally. She actually passed away from leukemia, which is why I hate this freaking disease. Well, one reason more than any other. And it was just so heartbreaking to see these three guys who you can clearly tell how close they are. I mean, you could already tell that already. I mean, like you said, the best friends are the best enemies in pro wrestling, and these three would have the best matches against each other.
They debuted together.
Yeah,
that's the big thing, you know.
And to see them, like, you know, he says on a retirement speech, but he's going to do his best to fight it, and I hope he does beat it. I know he can. And it's just like that moment when they realize this may be it. Like, if the worst possible happens, we could probably never do this together again.
Yeah.
That just hurt. It hit so hard. I was like, man. And did you guys see the backstage video?
Yeah, the backstage video. Oh my god.
Jesus.
Everybody's hugging him, and
they did a hell of a job keeping this quiet.
They did.
There were a lot of people even on the roster that had no idea what was about to go down.
Yeah.
I think because I think they were just probably Roman was probably going to doctor's visits over and over again just to make sure that's what is like. He's like, is this really what it is? Is it really back? He probably didn't want to say anything till he knew for sure.
Yeah,
you never want to drop a bomb like that unless you know for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and I had the same kind of emotional feeling. I had an uncle pass away from leukemia as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it was hard. Just like it's kind of one of those things too, where everybody knows someone now who's either had cancer or has cancer in their life.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to think that this guy who looks like he's in the best shape of his life, and he has cancer, and it's just like, wow, anybody at any point in time, it could just hit.
But one thing about this, I will say very much to Roman's credit and to I think WWE's credit too, is the fact that they never brought this up before. I don't remember them ever saying that he ever even had it before now.
No, but
I don't think he wanted it to hinder anything.
Roman Reigns never had it. Joe. And
I
can't pronounce his last name. I apologize.
Yeah,
Joe's the one that had it.
I just think in a business where you use anything to get sympathy, he just never did. And
I think he got enough crap already. He didn't want to get more.
Yeah, and so I'm just saying to the credit of him and the company of never using that as like a quote unquote plot point. They were just like, it was like, I had it, I beat it, but now that it's back, I'm leaving. I want to give them a reason.
Yeah.
But even he said, I love what he said in the promo. He said, no, I'm not going to lie. I'll take every prayer you got, but don't feel sorry for me. I love that honesty. I was like, don't, no, pray for me all you want to. Please do.
Yes.
Don't feel bad for me. But if you're going to pray, throw one up for me, will you? Thanks, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I loved in his promo also. He said, whether you booed me or cheered me, I'm glad you guys were reacting to me.
Just as long as you reacted.
Yeah, so that's he gets it. He gets it.
And that was what I always tell people. I was like, if you hate Roman Reigns so much, don't do anything when he comes out. But if you hate him enough to boo him, guess what? You hate him enough for Vince to keep putting money behind him.
Yeah, exactly. So
this is the beauty of pro wrestling. You can hate and love who you want.
Yep.
And you can, as long as you react. That's all they want. They want you to react. So now.
And just the outpouring of support he's gotten.
Oh my God!
Tama Tonga sticks out so much because these two guys were going back and forth on Twitter and everything. So,
did he reply?
He did say something. He says he's in his corner. He's cheering for him. I forget the actual tweet. I'll probably put it up here when I do post. But it's the outpouring support. Kenny Omega said something.
Everyone, WWE,
New
NXT,
Japan as a company and Ring of Honor as a company send out things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and that just, to me, that makes me proud to be a wrestling fan all over again. It's like when things like this, the companies are rivals. Of course, they're different businesses. They're trying to make the best product they can for the fans, get all the money and everything. But this is something that you don't play around with, and this is why it also made me mad. I mentioned this on my channel that when people said, "Well, is this a work?"
Why would this be a work?
This is not something you joke around.
I have to refrain from cursing on my own channel so hard. I was like, I had to censor myself 85 times from saying the F word. You idiots. No, we don't joke with cancer. It's not funny. Yes, WWE has worked with some really dark stuff. Never this. It's because that's not something you joke around with. But
they say that they hurt their ankle, knee, something that is minor.
Yeah, but
not this.
Well, you compare it to leukemia, it's minor. But yeah.
Oh, big time. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's minor. So in dealing with all of that, they do decide to pull the trigger with Ambrose at the end of the show and give him his heel turn. Mm-hmm. And we were talking about this. We did put it on Twitter, a poll saying, was this a genius move or was this in bad taste?
Yeah.
So your all's opinions?
I'll kind of give you a backstory on why I put this poll up on our Twitter account at CCG_WrestleCast. Yes. So, when the heel turn happened, I was watching it and the crowd reaction. Some of the faces in that crowd when he turned, apparently this was set up, this was going to be done around Survivor Series. And they decided to do it now, which was brilliant. Honestly. They win the tag titles. And the faces in that crowd, you can put them right up there with Angry Miz Girl. Shocked on the faces of WrestleMania 30 when Taker lost.
Faces.
Which I still blame you for, brother, because
I knew you were going to
He was there.
Yeah, he was there.
It wasn't my fault.
Yeah,
I was crying just like everybody else was.
So that was another time you cried. Got it.
Yeah. That was
anyway, I thought it was brilliant because... And everyone will say, oh, was it genius booking? Was it bad taste? I put the poll up, said, was it genius booking? Was it bad taste? Because I saw Tommy Dreamer put something about it. If you don't like it, don't watch. And Dave Meltzer was kind of disagreeing with that perspective. And there was a debate going on Twitter about should they have done this? Should they have done that? Why did they change it mid-show?
I'm surprised Dave Meltzer disagreed.
It was genius booking for this reason. If you really wanted to get Ambrose over as a heel, that's the moment you do it. When there's so many highs, when his brother has leukemia, they're doing this match for him. Say that.
They came out in Shield music.
They came out in Shield music and gear, the crowd. And it was, they were even shown on the graphic as the Shield, and then he turns. If you had waited till Survivor Series and done it, nobody would have booed him.
Nope.
Nobody would have been asking. There's a video of him.
Or had shocked faces.
Excuse me. Or had shocked faces and even asking him, why, Dean, why? When he's walking through the crowd after one of those videos that showed up on the internet.
That was great.
Here's, if you asked Roman, was it in bad taste? No, because Roman knows the show goes on.
Yeah, the show
must go on. He wants these guys
to
go on. You really want to get Ambrose over as a heel? You did.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it.
It gives the attention back to the show.
Yeah.
Is it genius booking? Yes. Does it take guts? Oh, yeah, it takes guts.
Yeah.
Because the backlash. But you know what? We always say sometimes WWE gets predictable.
That was unpredictable.
We couldn't have called that.
We were literally like, what?
Even we've worked into the story of Dean potentially turning heel, that they were already buttering that up.
Yeah.
Is it going to happen? And he went brutal. He went all out. And that feud is going to be amazing.
If you would have warned me last Monday, Roman Reigns is going to retire because of cancer, and Dean's going to turn heel at the end.
I'd be
like, there is no way those two things are going to happen within a 3-hour time span.
Nope.
You are literally lying to my face. Go away.
That's a joke.
You know what the ultimate payoff is going to be for this? Along the way, Ambrose is going to be Universal Champion. He's going to have it going into WrestleMania. And guess who he's defending it against? Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
That would be great.
That is going to be a hell of a main event at WrestleMania if it gets that far. So,
and then here comes Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns.
That would be great.
That would be awesome if Roman was at least the special referee, right?
That would be great.
God, whatever side you're on it, just know this. The show goes on.
Yeah.
I think Roman understands that. I think anybody involved with wrestling understands
Remember,
that.
it is just a show.
Yeah.
And they get told, hey, this is what we're going to do. And it's on them to make it work or not.
Yeah.
But
and
they
totally made people pissed off.
Dude,
that was same thing with Roman said. We want you to react. And they definitely reacted.
Now that was a stunned silence, just like
I
think the entire wrestling world said,
wait, what just happened?
I don't think an arena had ever been quieter since WrestleMania 30.
Yeah.
Just even on TV, there was
still
just
not my fault.
Pin drop. It's still your fault.
Okay, but here's what I think. Because that whole night to me was a night of guys making sure the show went on and doing whatever they had to do to, I won't say scramble, because nothing seemed like it was scrambling to kind of universal. I mean, because Braun had been turning back towards face ever since he turned on the Dogs of War last Monday. So that one was kind of coming. So when he came back, that's what I wanted to mention. The Paul Heyman speech after that.
Right, that was lost in the shuffle, but that was brilliant.
Yeah, that was. Yes. And then when Braun Strowman came out and was talking about Roman Reigns, and his voice almost cracked. I heard it. I was like, Braun's voice is usually a lot stronger than that. He almost lost it when he said Roman Reigns. But so them being set up, and then Elias smacking Baron Corbin with a guitar was fantastic.
Yes.
But I think this was a night of just of things.
Don't turn Elias' face, please.
Keep
it tweener. Let him insult him.
I think tweener would be better.
I could see him hit Baron Corbin with their guitar.
I think I can see anybody hitting Baron Corbin.
That'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
I can see somebody hitting Baron Corbin with a car.
I'm sorry, but at this point too, no matter how good a face Elias may be, if he goes to Seattle, he's a heel.
Oh my God! Yes,
that's gonna be his.
And Kevin Owens.
That's gonna be his Canada for Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
But the thing why I think it was brilliant is because, like you said, who would have saw that coming?
Nobody.
Who would have put if there was a betting poll in Vegas, and the odds would be like 1,000,000 to 1.
I'd have put $10 on it just for the hell of it.
I would have too. We would have walked up with some money.
Yes, we would have.
Yeah, that Dean would turn heel. I could have bought a house, but that Dean would turn heel that night. You know, and that, especially the fact that they won the tag titles not even 30 seconds ago.
Oh, like 2 seconds.
It's like your new tag team champion, Seth Rollins and Dean M. I think they're the tag team champions. It's just that
dirty deeds.
That amazing moment. Is like that was probably one of the most unpredictable moments in all of not just WWE but just pro wrestling in general, which is amazing because WWE has very seldom had those moments, and to have one like that's like Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels in the barbershop.
Because it made people talk about it. Not only did they talk about Roman Reigns having leukemia all over the place, but they also talked about what did Dean Ambrose do? Why did he do it?
And you know what?
What does it mean? What's going to happen? And everybody's just wondering what's going to happen next Monday Night Raw.
Right. And I think to Vince's credit, that's probably one reason why he did it. Everyone's already sad and depressed, and everyone who even hated Roman Reigns.
Take it away from that.
You're like, oh, I hated Roman Reigns all this time. I wanted him gone. I didn't want him gone like this. But now they're like asking, what the heck just happened? So now their minds are distracted. So Vince McMahon's kind of a Greek counselor.
Genius.
He's like, they're all sad. I'll make them all hate me again. That'll work.
Yeah.
I don't know
That's
if I
like the
mentioned
few moments he's been that has the genius moments.
Yeah.
This one his evil genius side.
Yeah,
definitely genius. And for those that participated in the poll, thank you. 82% said it was genius booking. Mm-hmm. So stay tuned on our Twitter account. I might put some more polls up as things happen.
I can't wait to see
all right.
from this.
Mm-hmm.
So this concludes our show. Remember to watch the WWE All Women's pay-per-view Evolution this Sunday, October 28th at 6 p.m. The kickoff show should be at 5 p.m.
Central Time.
At Nassau Coliseum in Uniondale, New York.
Please boo Nikki Bella out of the building.
Please.
Nikki Bella, just when she walks in, just boo her.
That'd be fun.
Nikki Bella. You know what? Y'all know who she is. God.
Yeah, I feel like Tommy can't watch that match.
Probably can't.
Yeah.
Probably unless you find out that she beats the crap out of it, then you'll watch it later.
Yeah, I'll catch the replay. That'll be my bathroom break only because I'm just going to get mad.
Make sure you follow us on Twitter at ccg_WrestleCast, or make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Next week, we'll be recapping the WWE Women's All Pay-Per-View Evolution, and we will also preview Crown Jewel.
If it happens. Because there's reports back and forth. We don't know. As of recording, it's still on, but we'll see.
And if it happens, where?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe in England.
Aye,
laddie.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry.
Scottish.
Oh, was it?
Yes.
Damn it.
It's UK. Who cares? We don't know.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
I'm a nerd. That's just how I
apologize.
Plus, I grew up watching Gargoyles.
I apologize.
That was Isla Dawn.
I'm not very good at this. I should have done the Peppa Pig voice.
Yeah.
Anyways,
there you go.
We're parents. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Please also leave us any comments.
That concussion of yours is getting worse, dude. I don't know if you go to sleep tonight.
I was Daddy Pig for a second.
Please make sure to leave us comments of anything that we can talk about. Till we recap this, we can discuss it further. Any other things that we would like to discuss? Please leave a comment or message us.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get
take us out, host.
Oh my gosh. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. You had so much fun with this.
Yeah.
You had so much fun. Great job.
Can I get that back though?
You can have that back.
Sure, I can cash in again.
Yeah.
I think I should miss next week just for my own safety.
No.
You're not the host, so.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's right. Though I can take my Bailey lunchbox back though.
I'm scared of what you'll do with it. Please take it.
Yeah. It's my daughter's actually.
Oh, thank God.
Thanks again for watching. I'm Tina. This is my husband, JC.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Roman, we're in your corner. Best of luck to you. We'll help you with this fight as much as we can and support-wise. So we hope to see you soon.
We'll be praying for you. Yeah. Tommy?
You guys, thank you so much, Roman. And as always, F cancer. But
And remember, pro wrestling is real.
People are fake.